This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
Brought to you by the North Law Firm. For car accidents and negligent security cases, call Joe at 239-337-1191. By Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers, where you can report crimes and get paid with nobody knowing your identity. Call 1-800-780-TIPS. By Solomon's Air Conditioning Incorporated. No matter what the weather condition is outside, have it your way inside. 239-693-1569. And by Lee Health.
Southwest Florida, welcome back. We're so thrilled to get here. Michelle Happer, not to be confused with Happer. So thrilled to get you here, Director of Diversity for Lee Health. How did you, first of all, welcome to Lee Pitts Live.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
And tell us how you end up here in Southwest Florida.
Well, actually, I was recruited from Centera in Virginia Beach, Virginia area, where I ran the Cultural Diversity and Compliance Program. Florida was not on my bucket list, but once I got here and I met everyone, it was just absolutely wonderful. I said, this is where I'm supposed to be. Especially
this time of the year, you really realize it. You see all that snow up there now, Virginia Beach?
Yes.
How far is that from Newport Beach?
You mean Newport News?
Newport News, right?
Only like 30 minutes.
Okay. The reason I say that because I had a friend who was from Newport News, and I always thought that was a crazy name for a place. I think Newport News.
It is. It is.
Well, we're so thrilled to have you here with Lee Health. And by now you realize that Lee Health is pretty prominent in our area.
Yes, absolutely.
How would you describe Lee Health?
Lee Health is actually the backbone of the community. Lee Health fosters diversity, inclusiveness. They have a culture of belonging where we want our patients to come in and know that you're welcome and want you to feel welcome so that we can provide the best care.
I see.
So Lee Health does a lot in the community. We do a lot of outreach. We partner with different health departments, different nonprofits, and we do all that we can in the community.
When you look at diversity and inclusion, what does that mean to you?
Strength. I believe that diversity is the strength of the community. The stronger the diversity, the stronger the community. It's when we all can come together and make a difference.
How long have you been at Lee Health now?
I've been at Lee Health for 8 months now. 8 months.
What are some things that you're proud of right now that you've been able to accomplish or keep or build to even better awareness within the corporation?
Actually, I am leading leadership classes on diversity for our new and upcoming leaders. And currently we're on Forbes' list for the best places to work for diversity. And so my goal is to keep moving us up on that list.
How about upper management in terms of the diversity and inclusion movement? Is upper management on board with that, and do they stress it as well?
Yes, they do. They encourage it, they embrace it, and it's also now a part of our mission. Even when we go out to hire candidates for positions at Lee Health, we not only hire for talent, we hire for fit. We want people that are inspired by a purpose beyond themselves. So we expect them to have a purpose and a passion for caring for our patients and for health and healing.
Why is that important to the patients?
Well, diversity creates innovation, and it also creates healing for our patients. It gives them a sense of belonging. It makes them feel welcome, where they also feel safe.
I see. What is patient civil rights?
Patient care civil rights, under the ACA, when patients come to the hospital, we give them a copy of their civil rights. And within this document, it pretty much goes over their rights as a patient in our facility. And once they leave or while they're there, if they have any issues or preferences that were not met, there's a grievance process where they can reach out to us and say, hey, this need was not met. And there's a grievance process, and I usually oversee those and adjudicate and investigate and to make sure that the patients are satisfied and their civil rights have not been infringed upon.
when you're overseeing that type of thing, how are you able to separate yourself from working for the corporation and then being unbiased in what you're observing?
Really from past experiences, from the ability to be able to balance both. When I walk into these situations, I'm looking at it from the patient's point of view, and to make sure that this patient got everything that this patient asked for, that all their needs were met, and that they were treated with compassion, and that they received the care and welcome that we expect from Lee Health. If not, I'm all about the patient.
I see.
I represent the patient.
One of the things that when I've talked to people from hospitals and we talk about diversity, and it was really eye-opening for me to realize that, hey, I never thought about various people may come into the hospital who have different cultures, religions, speak different languages.
Absolutely.
And doctors and nurses and healthcare providers need to be able to communicate with them. How does that happen at Lee Health? You have a network of people who speak various languages. Just unpack that for me.
Well, actually, I also oversee the language services department. We have full-time on-staff interpreters, and they speak several languages. And then we also have a video remote system, which we use for other languages that we do not have. And so we make sure that we're able to, we can communicate in over 260 different languages with our patients.
Amazing.
Including sign language. But we do get some indigenous languages that are coming in, new languages we've never heard of, so we're working towards those as well.
Why do you think it is important that a hospital prioritize diversity as a part of its fabric?
I think it's very important because you want your patients to feel welcome and safe, and you also want your employees to feel welcome and safe. So it's about passion and purpose, and that's what we try to instill in all of our employees.
Now there are people right now.
To feel welcome.
There are people right now watching you on television. An average person. Is there any reason or any need for them, if they needed to contact you?
Absolutely. Contact me for any concerns they may have. They can reach out to me. Language services, I oversee that. Patient care, civil rights, I oversee that as well.
How about opportunities for employment?
Opportunities for employment, I will assist.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You can't promise anything.
I can't promise anything, but I'll put in the word.
Okay. Let's go back to Southwest Florida. When you first arrived here in general, outside of the hospital, just observing the different cities, the people, the diversity or the lack thereof, what was your first impression and what's your impression now?
Actually, when I first arrived here, it wasn't as diverse as I had expected. It's kind of a shock.
Right.
But as I've gotten into the different neighborhoods and the different communities and met different people, it's really starting to come together. I'm seeing inclusiveness, but it seemed like when I first got here, I had to go to this neighborhood and that neighborhood to seek out different people and diversity and different mindsets. But we offer a lot of opportunities within the community where we try to bring them together. But yeah, at first it was a culture shock. But I've really started to understand the culture here.
And are you available to come out and speak to various community organizations?
Absolutely, I would love to.
Okay, well, we're going to put you to work.
All right, now I'm ready.
Well, it's been a thrill to have you on the show, and we're looking forward to getting you back in the future. And just consider Lee Pitts Live a friend of everything you're trying to do. Okay?
Absolutely, thank you. Pleasure to be here.
All right, just stay right there. As the saying goes on this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they're usually interrupted by those like Michelle and all the fine people at Lee Health who are doing it. We'll see you next week.
Lee Pitts Live is a Lee Pitts Enterprise production.
Hello, everybody. This is Lee Pitts, the host of the award-winning Lee Pitts Live here on Fox 4. We appreciate you watching our show here on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, clicking below. Let everybody else know that they can subscribe as well. Also, when we're on the air on Fox 4, you can also catch us streaming live at 8:30 a.m. in the morning on fox4now.com. Just click on live and you get us all types of ways at your convenience. That's Lee Pitts Live.